it didn't feel right. I always believed I was going to be a football player, and the year I didn't make it, I was very confused. It sounds cliche, but just don't give up is always the answer it comes to. So I had my professional career and it ended with an injury. I had a concussion in a game.
Really?
But I believe it was meant to happen. It took me down a different path, which led to me thinking about, what do I like outside of football?
Halo, kembali lagi di Sports Journals, channel yang membicarakan soal isu-isu olahraga terkini yang biasanya kita mengundang jurnalis-jurnalis olahraga yang biasa meliput di lapangan untuk menggali lebih dalam lagi soal isu-isu olahraga ini. Dan kali ini kita udah kedatangan Catherine dari Viva Goal.
Hai.
Selamat datang Catherine. Dan hari ini lebih spesial lagi karena kita kedatangan tamu yang jauh, seseorang yang datang dari London, merepresentasikan klub dari London Utara, Tottenham Hotspur. Welcome to our podcast, Tyler Blackwood, International Development Coach for Tottenham Hotspur.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so Tyler, can you tell us more about your background? How did you arrive to become a coach at Tottenham Hotspur Academy?
Yeah, so I grew up not far at all from Tottenham Stadium and Tottenham's current training ground.
Oh, really?
In fact, my dad used to play for a local Saturday League team that Tottenham bought the ground off them, and it's now Tottenham's training ground. But as a kid, I used to run around those fields, and now I work there, which is strange. My dad and my grandfather both support Tottenham. My dad grew up on the streets of Tottenham, and it's more than a football club to him. It's where he's from. So growing up, I didn't have too much choice in who I support. My brother chose to rebel and support Arsenal. He went the other way to rebel, but our family is Tottenham or Arsenal, and I went with Tottenham. I played football my whole life. As a kid, I only wanted to be a professional football player. That was my dream. I went on trial with Tottenham when I was young, maybe 13 years old, but I got released for being too short.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was annoying because now
It's quite surprising, you're pretty tall now.
Yeah, so, everything for a reason. I went a very different route to most people in England because I was released from clubs around 17, 18, and you kind of have that choice at that time to give up and go and pursue some other kind of job. For me, it didn't feel right. I always believed I was going to be a football player, and the year I didn't make it, I was very confused.
Because you grew up in a football environment, very close to where you live.
And I think also as a kid, you come up with other friends who turn professional. Then it makes you feel even worse because the people you played with growing up you are now on TV. So it can be very confusing.
Were you taken aback back then?
Yeah, it was confusing is probably the main thing because it was my one goal. I didn't have.
You didn't have any dream.
No plan B whatsoever.
I wasn't thinking about being an artist or a chef. It was maybe now I am, but it was just football. I will be a professional football player. I will, and I believed it so much that when it didn't happen, I was just confused. How can this be? That is what I'm going to do. Then we found out about the scholarship route in America. So you can go to university. If you get a scholarship, you can play football or soccer and a chance to play. So I was a bit against it because I'd never lived away from home. But my dad was adamant that this is something positive. And for me, the idea of playing football again interested me. So I managed to get a scholarship in Florida. I played for 2 years at one university and I done well, and I got a transfer to another university, a bigger school. And then after that comes the draft in the USA for the MLS. And I didn't make the draft. I didn't get an invite. I said, okay, once again, I'm not gonna make it. Another confusing time. And I was just speaking to kids here in Indonesia. about that experience where if you choose to give up when you hear no, you will never make it.
Yeah, because
Yes.
it's very hard.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
to
hard.
take.
Yeah, and I mean that's any job.
Yeah.
If you want, like I said, chef. If you're trying to become a chef and this restaurant says no, we don't want you. You're trying to go to culinary school
Yeah.
and you don't get accepted into culinary
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
If you say, okay, that's not working, you will never become a chef. But if it truly is something you believe you're meant to do, you have to keep knocking on the door, and then you go to the next door.
Yeah.
And if they say no, you say, how can I improve? They'll give you a bit of information,
Of course.
and it's up to you to take the information and use it to improve. Go knock on the next door.
Yep.
So I managed to get a, leaving college in America, my agent, who was a family friend, knew someone at Queen's Park Rangers in England.
Okay.
They were in the Premier League at the time,
Yeah.
which is obviously,
A huge
I'm biased,
thing.
but
of
best
course.
league in the world,
Yeah,
right?
Best league in the
I'm
world.
biased. So, and at this time there was Rio Ferdinand and these types of
Yeah.
players there. And
So you were like, whatever.
I mean, it was mind blowing because I came from college in America,
Yeah.
and I think also after not making it as a young kid,
Yep.
I almost felt like I had a second chance because I felt like,
Yeah,
oh,
of course.
I missed the boat, but now I have this second chance. I'm not missing this one. There's
Ah.
nothing will stop me. So I would be in early. I would be out on the pitch early doing shooting.
Yep.
I'm a striker, so
Yeah.
I'll be shooting early before practice. When practice finishes, I stay after and I'm shooting. And what that led to was every game I played in while I was on trial, I kept scoring. I couldn't miss.
Oh,
It was strange. It was strange. I was playing with so much confidence, but it was because I was practicing so much.
Yes.
That's how you get confidence, is
Yes.
because you do something so much, it becomes nature,
Yeah.
and then you have this confidence. And once the ball starts hitting the net as a striker, you feel like nothing can stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So QPR ended up taking a deeper look at me, and then I actually didn't sign with them. The season ended. I went on vacation to the USA,
Okay.
and I was kind of like, hey, I felt like I tried my best.
Okay.
I didn't feel sad because I felt like I went in, I scored so many goals, I'd done my job. I did feel good about it, and I said, I'm going to look somewhere else now, try and get somewhere else. But then we got a call that QPR wanted to sign me, and then I signed my first professional deal at 23 years old, which is very old for England.
Late, yeah.
That's not 16, 17, 18,
Yeah,
23. So, kids my age in England have maybe already played 300 games.
Yes,
Yes.
like Jude Bellingham, right?
Exactly. He's still younger than 23.
Yeah.
Okay, don't have to give away my age. Okay. But it was a very different route, but I like to explain that there is not just one route. If you hear no here, it doesn't mean you hear no here.
Yeah.
And I try and explain that you can hear no 1,000 times trying to become a professional football player, but you only need to hear yes once.
Yes.
Okay.
One time. And then your dream is fulfilled.
Fulfilled, yeah.
So it doesn't matter if all of these people say no.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. As long as you keep going, you hear yes. And especially now, I think there's so many new leagues in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many. Even in the US where I played,
Yeah.
from the time I played in 2017, the league has exploded.
Yes.
More leagues have been
Absolutely.
created. Go, please.
Even in Asia, it's growing rapidly
Yes.
now.
This is what I'm saying. I'm meant to go to a game tonight. I hear
Yep.
they get 50,000 fans.
Yes.
I went to a semi-professional game in China last
Oh,
month.
yes.
62,000 fans,
Ooh.
semi-professional. There's so many more opportunities for players to become pro.
Yep.
So I believe it's doable now more than ever, and the money is getting better everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I think it sounds cliche, but just don't give up is always the answer it comes to. So I had my professional career, and it ended with an injury. I had a concussion in a game,
Oh, really?
but I believe it was meant to happen. It took me down a different path, which led to me thinking about, what do I like outside of football? What do I want to do? Who am I? I was just football.
Yeah.
What do I like? Where do I want to be? And my heart kept saying, Asia, get to Asia, get to Asia.
Oh, really?
I didn't know why, but I just couldn't shake the thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, where in Asia? Where? I like Thailand. Oh, I also want to go to Japan. I also want to go Indonesia. I also all these places. Okay, how will I do it? Maybe I'll start a business and go there. I'll just travel and I'll go there. And I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then this job just basketballs here for your boyhood club.
Yeah,
You'll travel-
It's like a dream come
Yeah.
true.
You'll travel Asia. It was everything I've asked for.
Yeah.
So this is my first year in the job. I got to Asia in July.
Mhm.
And since then I've been to China 15 times,
Wow,
Thailand
that's a lot.
5 or 6 times, Indonesia, South
Mhm.
Korea, Cambodia, and I'm just experiencing a whole new world. And I said to the kids the other day, it's all because of a football. It's
Yeah.
it's just a piece of plastic,
Plastic,
right?
yeah.
A balloon inside of plastic,
Yeah.
and the streets of London is where I learned how to play. I would just take this ball and play, but now that ball has taken
Took
me
me
the
everywhere.
whole
Yeah.
USA and now the whole of Asia, hopefully. So
Yeah.
it's that's been my journey, and I'm very proud to do it for my club. This isn't doing it for some random team
Yeah.
or for
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
This is the team.
You're representing your neighborhood.
Your
Exactly, and my father's
Yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah.
So it's
Father's
very
neighborhood.
important to me also to always give whoever I meet, whether it's
Mhm.
kids or you, a good experience of someone from Tottenham. That is important to me because hopefully you want to then visit there.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
That was a long answer to a short question.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's all right.
But he's the
Okay.
proof that everything can happen.
Yeah,
That
of
your
course.
dreams can come true.
Yeah, of course.
So, in your coaching career, what is your philosophy in coaching?
Shoot.
Shoot,
Score-
because you're a striker.
score more goals than the other team.
Yeah. It's quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think another one that sounds cliche, but whether it's kids or adults,
Mhm.
they have to be having fun.
Yeah.
I saw
Absolutely.
such a big change in my own mental state when football went from being my hobby that I loved
Yep.
to a job where
Mm.
it was almost like a toxic environment where
Wow.
you're competing and people are unhappy, but they're not
Mhm.
speaking about how they're unhappy.
Yep.
Coaches are, maybe there's a lot of ego involved.
Yep.
Mhm.
It stops becoming fun and you're not going to play your
Yeah.
best football.
Yes.
Happens a lot here
Yeah.
in Indonesia.
Ah, really?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I always just trying to encourage, have fun, because I believe the best football comes from playing in flow state,
Yes.
Mhm.
right? Playing in the
In
zone.
his zone, yes.
You can only get into the zone when you're following your own intuition when
Mhm.
playing. So, for example, if I'm playing and my mind and my heart says, turn and shoot
Shoot,
right now.
True, yeah.
Turn and shoot. That feels right. But then I worry about, oh, my coach might be angry.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
teammate is going to be
yes.
angry.
Mhm.
Oh, my dad might think I should
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then I get all of these negative
Mhm.
things. I choose to pass. I make a mistake. If you follow the intuition, follow the flow, that's when the good things happen.
Yep.
And kids do that up to a certain point. Then they start fearing judgment and they change their game and it stops becoming
Yes.
fun. So I just try to encourage the kids or the
Kids.
players to have
Mhm.
fun and follow their intuition. Maybe it leads to, for example, I say follow intuition, it says shoot, the ball goes over the bar and misses.
Yes.
Yeah.
But from the goal kick, it lands to our midfielder, it comes to me and I have a shot and score.
Of course.
I don't know how it
Manage.
happens, but when you
Mm.
follow intuition, good things happen.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to preach.
So always follow your heart. Yeah.
Always follow your
Right.
heart, follow your intuition. Yes.
So can you explain more about the program you do here with Tottenham Hotspur, especially in Asia?
Mm.
What kind of philosophy are you going to share with people in Asia and etc.?
Yeah. So Tottenham's philosophy is also they want their kids to be free flowing players,
Okay.
but they have a very big emphasis on creating players in the academy that can beat players 1v1.
Oh, I
If
see.
that's one key we can take is how can we develop players that can attack and beat players, because it's
Mhm.
exciting.
Yeah.
And if I can
Of
beat
course.
players 1v1,
Yeah.
I can do that in any league, in any
In any
scenario.
environment, yeah.
Right. If also that comes down to breeding the confidence in the player to try and attack 1v1. Because
Yeah.
many times they get the ball, I see the defender, I think,
They
"Ah,
got
not today,
scared,
not today."
Yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
we try and create players that every time they want the ball and they want to attack. Because that's the kind of players you want on your team. That's the
Mhm.
kind of players that fans want to watch,
Yes.
right? So it's difficult to just focus on that when we come out to Asia, because a lot of the times we're working with players that have never played football before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
a challenge.
yeah, so maybe in Indonesia the standard will be higher than another
Mhm.
country. So we can maybe do some more technical work and we can work on
Mhm.
1v1s, things like this.
Yep.
But then I might go to China and work with a 3-year-old
Yeah.
who's never picked up a ball,
Yeah.
right? And I
He's
have to
very young.
I have to then adapt to think, how can I just make it fun for that kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
If he has fun, maybe he asks his parents if he can play football next year.
Yeah.
if he doesn't have fun, he's never going to want to play football, right?
Yeah.
So it's
You
my
could be traumatized.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want
Someone
that.
to play again.
I don't want that. I don't make them do fitness or anything. Just let's have some fun because this is a sport that's taken me around the world that I love. I want to introduce that to you who maybe you've never thought about playing football. And this could be a 3-year-old. I also work with 13-year-olds that have never played football. And I just want to share with them, hey, look, these are some fun games we can do. All you need is a ball. You don't need friends. You can just take that ball, that'd be your best friend, and you can develop skill. If they can't do a skill, I'll tell them, if you take your ball and go and practice that over and over again, you will be able to do it. And I think that's magic. You can't do something, you do it lots of times, you can do it. That's life. That's learning the piano, learning a language, repetition and consistency. And football is just a small microcosm of that. So just, here's a ball, you don't have to do it. You will be able to do it. I don't have to teach you. You could go by yourself and learn how to do that. And I think that's beautiful.
So you have already traveled around Asia. How do you think about Indonesian football? Do you think our player can play in top European league, like maybe Premier League?
Well, I think that answer has already been answered because you have players playing top European leagues. You have the centre back at Sassuolo in Italy, in Serie A, right? So you've already proven you can. I think this is actually my first time in Indonesia. So it's only been a couple of days. I still have the football clinic tomorrow. So I'm excited to see the young kids come out and play, to see how they are. But I've heard amazing things. I've heard that you really focus on the growth and development of players. So if you do that with the young kids, it's inevitable that by the time they're 13, 14, 15, 16, they will be ahead of other countries. And that will then develop your national team, your the league within your country. So I've heard really good things. I can't speak on it yet because I'm about to see. But from what I hear, you're on the right trajectory. And like I said, there's players that I'm hearing about in major leagues already. It would be really cool to see a superstar in the Premier League.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe here.
Maybe someday.
Someday.
You got your boots?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, here we go.
I look forward to it.
We have a women's team as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see Catherine will play there.
Let's go.
So in regards to youth development, of course, parents will be crucial to their development.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for parents who have child that maybe have a dream to become a footballer?
Yeah.
One day?
I mean, I'm very grateful to my parents, where I know they sacrificed. And I also grew up in 2 separate households. So I know it was tough on both my parents because all I wanted to do was play football. So that comes at a cost. You know, I need to be driven to training or taken to games. And a lot of the times I would find a way to do it if they couldn't do it, but they always done their best to get me there, to make sure I had boots, you know, to make sure. So yes, it's a sacrifice, but if your child is expressing a pure passion for it, I don't have to tell a parent that to support a child's passion. I think that's common sense, but I also think it shouldn't be looked at as, oh yeah, I'm going to do it because they will become professional and it will pay me back. No. What about the fact that if you do this, your child can create a base of fitness that will last them their life. I'm very grateful that I played football for so many years. I have a natural fitness base because if you play for 30 years, even if you don't enjoy running, just doing that amount of running and movement, I know that my body is at a point where I probably won't get really, really fat because just my genes plus the exercise. So a parent, by supporting the child's dream, could make sure their kid lives a healthier, longer, better life, like we talk about at AIA. But also the upside is that the kid could become the best player in the world. So whether it's football or ping pong, badminton, musician, you have to support. If the kid is truly dedicated, and I think you'll know they're dedicated when it's all they want to do. If they have a one-track mind and they're focused on that one thing, support it. And they don't have to, you know, give them the best of everything. But I think what was important for me is that my parents gave me the time.
Okay.
I remember someone pulled out a flask like this the other day, and I just got memories of how my mum would be at my games in December in London, freezing cold, have hot chocolate in here.
Oh, wow.
Half time I would come over and drink it, and my mum was there for me. And maybe she didn't care about the game, but
she just came to see you.
She was supporting me, right? She was with her time and with her love. So it means a lot to a kid. And it's also an opportunity to spend quality time with your kids. With technology these days, the kids going to want to be on their phone, on the computer. You can get them outside, moving, and you can talk to them, talk about what's going on in their life while passing a ball. That goes beyond football. That's you connecting with your child, and I think that's another beautiful thing about the game.
Yeah, but sometimes my concern is sometimes parents put pressure too much on the child.
Yeah.
Especially here in Indonesia, they have lots of ambition, so they push their child too much. What are your thoughts on that?
It goes back to the point I just said. The kid has to be having fun.
Okay.
If it goes from having fun to not wanting to do it and it being a chore and being pressured by parent, coach, whatever, you've already lost it. You've taken away their love for the game. You have to encourage them to a certain point, and then you have to take away your own, as a parent, your own ego. Maybe you had your own desires of being professional. Yes. This isn't about you. This is their life. They have to live with it. If they're talking about this is something they want to do, support it. If they say, no, I don't want to do this, hey, that's not on you to say, no, you're doing it. I get you're the parent, but that's not your life. I saw an interview with a golfer the other day, and he was speaking about, someone asked how to get your kids into golf. And he said, take them to the golf course, have them play, don't give them rules, don't say you're doing this wrong, don't say you're doing it right, let them play freely, and then take them home before they're bored. So don't make them say, when are we leaving? When are we leaving? Take them away so they say, no, I want to stay. Oh, we'll come back again. No, I want to stay. No, same with football. Take them out. Don't try and be the coach, be a parent, have fun, and then say, we have to leave now. Make it something that is, they want to keep doing.
They crave for it.
Exactly. Rather than you're staying here for 20 hours doing kick-ups.
You have to shoot.
Exactly. That's going to completely kill their joy. So I think that's a beautiful way. Take away your ego and let their love for the game drive it.
I think that's an excellent tip, for parents.
For Indonesian parents.
I heard that. I don't have kids, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to have kids because I want to do that at the golf course with the kids. So.
Maybe lastly, AIA especially and Tottenham Hotspur are very committed to youth football and have organized AIA Sepak Bola Untuk Negeri program regularly here in Indonesia. What do you think of this program?
Yeah, so obviously this is my first year, but I had a family member in this role before, and I heard about this. I heard about Indonesia as from the amazing people who he met to the players and the country itself. So I was very interested to get here and see it. And I know, like I said, I keep hearing from everyone how much is put towards growth and development for young players. And it's just amazing because there's some countries that don't provide support, pitches, kit, and kids can't play, right? For a country to support kids who have this passion is amazing. And like I said, maybe you won't see it in 1 year, in 2 years, but when a kid goes from 5 to 15, 7 to 17, what you've given that kid, you're going to see it. And it's your national team that will benefit from that because they've been given that support for a decade. And it's amazing for us to come in and be able to offer the training that we give, and that will pay dividends 5-10 years down the line when the kid has been maybe, hopefully, inspired, and we've given them some tools to go and work, and then they'll win a World Cup for Indonesia.
Hopefully. One day,
You're coming closer and closer.
You already come closer.
I know. Next one.
Next one, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Any last message, probably, for kids in Indonesia?
Hey, if you love the game, keep playing the game. Simple as that. And practice makes permanent. It is no secret. It sounds very cliche to keep going and never give up. But the people that are saying that are the people that have seen it.
Yep.
I've come up with players, and the ones that have made it are the ones that didn't stop. Maybe I thought they weren't very good.
Yeah.
Maybe they got written off young.
Yeah.
They just didn't stop. And that's any profession, any sport. Don't give up. And now more than ever, you can achieve your dream. Simple as that.
Okay. That's
And Tottenham are the best team in the world.
We could argue with that. Of course.
Sorry, we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time now. Dan tadi perbincangan yang sangat seru sekali, sangat bagus insight yang diberikan oleh Tyler Blackwood. Tapi sayangnya karena keterbatasan waktu kita harus akhiri saat ini juga. Mungkin nanti di kedepannya kita bisa berbincang-bincang lagi dengan Tyler, dengan Catherine. Terima kasih banyak sudah datang. Tyler, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so
Hope
much.
you have an amazing time here in Indonesia. And good luck for the football clinic tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Oke, dari Sports Journals sampai di sini dulu. Sampai ketemu lagi di episode berikutnya.